Indian Union Territory of Andaman and Nicobar Islands has set a new Guinness World Record by unfurling the largest national flag underwater. The massive tricolour 60 by 40 meters flag was deployed beneath the sea with the help of trained divers at Swaraj Dweep. Hello and welcome. I'm Kripa and you are watching Inside South Asia. From surprising upsets to sweeping mandates, the latest assembly poll results across 4 states and 1 union territory have redrawn India's electoral map. Voters have handed the Bharatiya Janata Party a clear and emphatic mandate in West Bengal, Assam and Puducherry. Marking a sharp shift in political momentum, this was far more than a routine change of power. It points to a deeper shift in voter sentiment with a saffron surge in the east and the emergence of new political forces in the south. Our next report gives you more details.
In West Bengal, the Bharatiya Janata Party has pulled off a historic victory, ending the 15-year rule of the Trinamool Congress. For years, Bengal has remained the great exception to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's political advance. While the BJP swept through the Hindi-speaking heartland, expanded in the west, and pushed into the northeast, Bengal stood apart, a state that seemed almost immune to the saffron wave.
गंगा जी बिहार से आगे बहते हुए गंगा सागर तक जाती है और आज बंगाल की जीत के साथ गंगोत्री से लेकर गंगा सागर तक कमल ही कमल खिला हुआ है.
In the 294-member assembly, the BJP stormed to 207 seats, while the Trinamool Congress was reduced to 80. The TMC's loss of Bhawanipur seat has added a sharp personal sting. Mamata Banerjee saw her own seat slip away as her former 8-term political rival, Suvendu Adhikari, defeated his once mentor. Following the defeat, the Chief Minister refused to resign.
Now also I want to say that we didn't lose the election. It is their forceful attempt to defeat us. Officially they may, through election commission, can defeat us. But morally I am telling you that we won the election.
For the BJP, this is a breakthrough it had long sought. For those who follow Indian politics closely, the result draws striking parallels with the 2011 election. If the BJP has unseated Mamata Banerjee after 15 years, the TMC in 2011 had ended 34 years of left rule in the state. The West Bengal election, though relatively peaceful in comparison to earlier years, still witnessed sporadic instances of political violence and clashes between BJP and TMC. Now, in a more recent development, BJP's celebration has taken a tragic turn after party leaders Suvendu Adhikari's PA got shot and killed. For now, central forces remain on ground and the atmosphere thick with uncertainty. If we turn to India's south, the results have produced an extraordinary political churn. In Tamil Nadu, the verdict has appended the Dravidian script that has shaped the state for more than 5 decades. Actor turned politician C. Joseph Vijay's TVK has defied expectations. TVK has won 108 seats in the 234-member assembly, just 10 short of the 118 needed for a majority. The actor, beloved by millions, carries the weight of enormous expectations. For decades, Tamil Nadu has been dominated by two regional giants, the DMK and the AIA-DMK. This result marks a major break from that political order. Admitting the defeat, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has resigned. But history has been made in more than one way. DMK Minister K.R. Periyakurappan lost the Tirupattur Assembly seat to TVK by just one vote, bringing an abrupt end to his two-decade hold over the constituency. In the southern state of Kerala, the Left Democratic Front led by Pinarayi Vijayan has suffered a major setback. The left, long described as the last bastion of communist power in India, has been routed. Amid this, the United Democratic Front, led by the Indian National Congress, has returned to power after 10 years. The UDF won 102 seats, relegating the LDF to 35. The defeat of the CPI-M-led alliance also marks the first time since 1977 that no left party will be in office in any Indian state. In Assam, the BJP has continued its steady march, completing a hat-trick of consecutive victories. The NDA is set to form the government, with the BJP winning 82 seats in the 126-member assembly. It has crossed the simple majority mark of 64 on its own for the first time. With this, NDA's total stands at 102. This means a second consecutive term for Assam's Chief Minister, Himanta Biswa Sarma, is confirmed. Puducherry has followed the broader trend. The NDA has reclaimed power with a comfortable majority of 18 seats in the 30-member assembly. The All India NR Congress has won 12 seats, while the BJP has secured 4. But if you look at the bigger picture, India is turning saffron. The latest assembly poll results put BJP in the position to govern 17 states directly. The balance of power has clearly tilted, but not evenly. In some states, the BJP is dominant. In others, it still depends on allies. And in a few, it is only beginning to break through. From an eagle-eye view, India states now have what the BJP has pitched as a double-engine mechanism, enjoying power at central and state levels. But the country is now left with a weak opposition.
As India marks 1 year of Operation Sindoor, we look back at how its fight against terrorism created a new template for modern warfare. In response to the Pahalgam terror attack on the 7th of May 2025, India struck deep inside Pakistan, targeting 9 terror hubs. How did Operation Sindoor redefine counter-terror strategy? Take a look.
1 year after Operation Sindoor, its impact continues to shape India's security thinking and the region's strategic reality. What started as a response to the Pahalgam attack has now become a clear signal of the country's approach: swift, precise, and controlled. The strikes were limited, carefully planned, and non-escalatory, with a focus on avoiding civilian casualties and keeping collateral damage to a minimum. This approach defines India's new normal, a zero-tolerance policy against terrorism, where responses are quick, precise, and well-controlled. It also shows a move away from only diplomatic restraint to a more proactive approach, where threats are dealt with at their source and action is taken on India's terms. Reflecting back on the achievements of the operation, India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh recently said in a statement, and I quote, "Operation Sindoor demonstrated a shift from old mindset of issuing diplomatic statements on terror attacks. It showcased Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led government's unwavering commitment through decisive action." Operation Sindoor sent a clear message to the world about India's military strength and how it is rapidly evolving. What stood out was the level of coordination, where the Army, Navy and Air Force worked together as one integrated force, carrying out a precise intelligence-based operation across land, air and sea. The operation also highlighted India's growing use of advanced technology, showing how modern warfare is now being fought. And at the center of this transformation was the use of indigenous systems, including a Kashtir or Akash missile system. At the core was also the BrahMos missile, which, as India's Defense Minister Rajnath Singh pointed out, has become a key backbone of India's strike capability, known for its speed, precision and long-range power. The message is simple: terror will be answered, and it will be done on India's terms.
Amidst Pakistan and Afghanistan tensions, Islamabad has asked all Afghan nationals to leave the country except for those with valid visas, and has already expelled more than 2 million out of 3 million back to their home country since 2023. With fresh fighting between the two countries, hundreds of these Afghan refugees find themselves stranded at the Pakistan border for days. Our next report brings you the details.
Afghanistan has once again accused Pakistan of targeting civilian infrastructure in cross-border strikes. In a recent attack this week, Kabul said that 3 civilians were killed in the eastern province of Kunar, an allegation Islamabad has rejected. Since the escalation in hostilities last October, a lasting deal between Afghanistan and Pakistan has proven to be elusive despite several rounds of talks. Aimed at resolving escalating clashes, representatives from China, Afghanistan and Pakistan held informal week-long peace talks in the Chinese city of Urumqi in the first week of April. But the fighting, which largely abated for a few weeks, erupted again on the 27th of April. Bearing the brunt of this recent escalation in fighting are hundreds of Afghan refugees, waiting at the Pakistan border to be repatriated to Afghanistan. Many of these are second and third generation refugees who fled violence at home in the 1980s and found refuge in Pakistan. A mother of 5 sons and 2 daughters, 40-year-old Saleha Bibi is among these refugees. Stranded in a temporary camp set up for refugees at the Torkham border crossing in northwest Pakistan. She is worried sick about her children's well-being, their safety and their education once they go back to Afghanistan.
I feel that when life takes you away from a place where you've lived, leaving it makes your heart sad, just like being separated from one's mother and father. But at the same time, I am happy because I am going back to my own country. May God give me the strength that just as I have lived a good life in Pakistan, may I be blessed with the same kind of life over there in Afghanistan. As for me, I have lived a good life, but my children are now in a difficult situation, and that worries me. And so I pray to God that difficult times do not fall upon my children. Just as I have lived here in peace, I want peace in my own homeland as well.
The crucial Torkham trade gateway has been mostly closed since last October, but it was reopened for Afghan refugees last month. However, the slow pace of processing these brightly colored or neatly decorated trucks with refugees and their luggage has resulted in long queues on the road leading to the border crossing.
We have been standing here on the roadside for 10 days now, and if we reach Torkham and it is closed again due to fighting, it will become a huge problem for us. What will happen to us then? There should be some arrangement made for us. Our demand is that all Afghans be allowed to leave peacefully so that we do not have to suffer any more difficulties.
Reportedly, around 4,000 to 6,000 Afghan refugees have been crossing each day since March, but the trade route remains closed, adversely affecting businesses and locals on both sides of the border. Exasperated refugees waiting at the border appeal to their government to keep the crossing open so the rush of people could end quickly and they could return home without further suffering.
Pakistan has made a stand here, but the Taliban on the Afghan side are saying that there is very limited space and everyone cannot be accommodated at once. Therefore, people should cross the border gradually.
The deportation drive launched by Pakistan in recent years has uprooted these Afghans who had made Pakistan their home. As their refugees anxiously wait to return back to their homeland and an uncertain future, they fervently hope that both the governments resolve their differences peacefully, bring an end to a long-standing conflict.
Nepal is going electric to cushion the impact of global fuel shocks triggered by disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz. The closure of the key maritime route has sent ripple effects through import-dependent economies across South Asia. So how is Nepal tackling the situation? Our next report tells you more.
Since the effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz after the escalation of war in West Asia, global fuel markets have been disrupted. Oil prices have risen sharply and supply problems have spread across several import-dependent economies. The impact could be felt worldwide, including South Asia. In Nepal, the rising cost of petrol and diesel has nearly doubled since the war began more than 2 months ago. And amid this, the landlocked Himalayan country of about 30 million people is speeding up the shift to electric vehicles. In Chitwan district, electric microbus drivers like Purushottam Adhikari are making more frequent trips on the 300-kilometer route to Kathmandu. They are carrying more and more passengers as the demand for cheaper transport is surging among the public.
Regarding electric vehicles, things are going well. Fares have not changed. Due to rising fuel costs, bus fares have increased, but fares remain stable. We are also able to provide convenient services to our passengers.
Fume-free cars and electric taxis, many manufactured in China, have become a common sight in Kathmandu. At present, Nepal has an estimated 50,000 electric vehicles out of a total fleet of 6.2 million motor vehicles. But officials point out that the number is rising rapidly as demand continues to increase. Government data shows that Nepal imported more than 13,500 EVs between mid-2024 and mid-2025. In fact, last year, Nepal ranked second globally for the highest share of electric cars sold, with Norway in Europe taking the top position. An expanding network of charging stations along major highways has also made long-distance electric travel more practical. The system is helping drivers move between cities without the uncertainty which petrol users are facing in other countries.
Electric vehicles are environmentally friendly and do not produce noise, so you are not distracted and can sleep well. This is why we have chosen them. Comparatively, the fare is also lower, and there is no need to pay extra to reach home.
Buoyed by a growing hydropower sector and a relatively cleaner electric grid than its neighbors, Nepal has emerged as one of the fastest adopters of electric mobility in the region. The government has announced plans to replace around 10,000 vehicles damaged during last year's anti-corruption protests with electric alternatives. It has also approved a framework allowing petrol and diesel vehicles to be retrofitted into electric ones. With these measures, the country can move beyond import dependence and build a more resilient, clean transport ecosystem. As global energy markets remain volatile in the wake of the Strait of Hormuz closure, Nepal's rapid turn towards electric mobility has emerged as one of the most notable regional responses to the crisis.
Bangladesh is making a concerted effort to conserve its tiger population. Back in 2010, it took a pledge to double its tiger population, then pegged at 414. In 2015, however, a more rigorous camera trap census revised the population down to 106, which has slowly but steadily grown to 125 in 2024. But the slow growth of roughly 2 tigers per year has drawn scrutiny over the nation's conservation efforts, including the latest $4.2 million tiger project. Our next report explores further.
Stretching 10,000 square kilometers, the world's largest contiguous mangrove forest, the Sundarbans, is a UNESCO-listed World Heritage Site, which straddles both Bangladesh and India, and is renowned the world over for its immense biodiversity, including the endangered Royal Bengal tiger. But the big cat is under pressure due to habitat loss, poaching, and climate change, resulting in slow growth in its numbers. Among the first to raise an alarm, 45-year-old activist Abdul Goni Ghazi, famous locally as Goni Tiger, has devoted his life to promoting coexistence between the tigers and the people living on the forest edge.
I'm not satisfied with the number of tigers in the Sundarbans. We need more tigers because around 500 tigers are supposed to be in the 617 square kilometers of our part of Sundarbans instead of 125 or 130.
By and large, the tigers are so feared in the vast Sundarbans that locals are known to invoke spirits to protect against them. But experts are of the opinion that recently it is the big cats themselves that need defending.
No matter if hundreds of forest department officials are vigilant here, people will enter the forest for their livelihood anyway. But if a villager hears the roar of a tiger once, he will think again to enter the Sundarbans for theft. No forest officials will be required.
The tigers eat the grazing animals like deer in the forest, thereby allowing mangroves to grow, and thus help protect coastlines from erosion and storms. The hunting of deer, which makes up 80% of the tiger's diet, also threatens the future of tigers. A 2013 study estimated that 11,000 deer are killed illegally every year for meat, pushing tigers into human settlements. Increasingly cornered due to human encroachment, the depletion in the number of big cats would lead to a turmoil in the fragile ecosystem, according to wildlife experts.
If tigers remain, the Sundarbans will remain and its food chain will be retained, and thus the livelihood of the people who are dependent on the Sundarbans will be ensured. At the same time, it will support our Sundarbans conservation program to combat Bangladesh's climate vulnerability.
The penalties of a 12-year jail term or $15,000 worth of fine hasn't quite deterred the poachers and villagers, who at times lure thirsty animals by placing poisoned bait. Every year, several people are arrested selling or buying tiger hides, teeth, claws and bones priced in traditional Chinese medicines. These coveted tiger parts are smuggled to India, Myanmar, China, Malaysia and even further to buyers in Australia, Britain and Germany. Given the core challenge of habitat loss, is there still hope for the magnificent species? Bangladesh's conservation efforts crack down on tiger and deer poaching and measures to provide refuge for tigers are all well-intentioned efforts. But the question is, will it be enough to safeguard the fragile ecosystem of Sundarbans, ensuring a safe and certain future for the Royal Bengal tiger?
That's all we have in our show today. But before we go, here is a look at celebrations of the return of a 13th century Buddha statue that was stolen from a Kathmandu temple in the 1980s. Leaving you with these visuals, I will see you next week.